What's going on, guys? Hopefully y'all can hear me, trying to keep you away from the air blowing. It's gonna be hot as hell today. It's already 70 degrees and humid, and it's just 9 o'clock. But we got some rain last night, so that moisture in the ground is gonna make it that much more humid. I'm running solo for right now. Two guys I've been using, one of them, I was gonna just use him this time just to swap out, and pretty much found out last minute he ain't gonna be able to help until Sunday, and I tried not to mow on Sunday, and it's supposed to rain this Sunday anyway. But other guy, I hadn't got a hold of him because I plan on I'm going to use the other guy this time. He's probably still in bed, I'd say. He stays up late and sleeps in and whatnot, which ain't a big deal, but wasn't able to get a hold of him. So I'm going to go out and try and do what I can. Damn, nerve pain is worse this morning. I knew it would be after how I felt yesterday evening after work and whatnot. So I'm going to try and wear my back brace and see if that helps any at all, which I don't think it will, but I'm going to try it. Just try and do whatever I can. Hopefully I'll get done with everything. This is the easier week, but it's a lot of weed eating jobs. I don't know. My nerve pain and stuff don't get no better sometime soon. I don't know if I'm gonna even be able to just keep doing this. I know it's nothing compared to what some people may go through or whatever, but I'm just fucking miserable. Can't stand up straight, can't weed eat for more than 5 minutes. About my the middle of my back wanting to lock up, get tense and sit. But I think I finally got the scag dialed in to cut half-ass decent. I've been so unhappy with that mower. It wasn't set up right from the dealer. I was triple cutting yards. Didn't matter if it's weekly or bi-weekly. I was triple cutting yards just to get them to cut clean. And I don't even mean like cleaning up the clippings. I mean just to cut the fucking grass. But I think I've got it set now to where it cuts better. I think my biggest problem now is I've seen somebody just, I think last night or this morning, one in a comment section on a Scag Nation post say something like having problems in thinner grass or whatever with leaving a lot of stragglers, and shit, I didn't put that turbo baffle back on this morning. I'm hurting, sore, not looking forward to going out. I didn't think about it. I got somebody driving freaking 40 miles an hour in front of me, so luckily I ain't going very far. Which is kind of a good thing, I guess, if I can finish everything today. That I ain't got help. I need to save some money somehow. I'm getting fucking tired of spending so much money. Seems like that's all I do is spend money. Just getting tired of it. Damn doctor bills and gas is outrageous and everything else. I'm not making a single dime this year. I'm going into debt, which depends on how you look at it. You can look at it like I did last year, go in debt, because I bought a zero turn and bought this truck and whatnot. But this year I'm damn sure going into debt. At the most, I thought I would buy, an enclosed trailer. I really didn't even plan on buying an enclosed trailer. I figured if anything, I'd buy a dump trailer that I can expand my services. I figured to buy a trailer of some sort and a used zero turn, but that ain't happening, or didn't happen the way it's supposed to. But anyway, I'm pulling up on the first yard. It's only been 10 days since I cut it, but I'm going to have to cut it now in order to get back on the appropriate schedule. if they'll let me. But anyway, I'll see y'all later. Okay, so I pretty much just left the house again. You probably might can tell I'm feeling a little better than what I was earlier this morning. Still not looking forward to this day, finishing up everything, but at least I'm feeling better than what I was. I kind of had a little bit of an upset stomach and got to the third yard, got it done, and realized I didn't have my mix jug with me. And turns out it got left Monday at a yard just up the road from my house, so I come back to get it and went ahead and ate a little bit and used the bathroom while I was at home. So I'm going back to town. It would kind of be quicker in a way to have went the other way, went to the other town first, but I ain't looking forward to those weed eating jobs. They're not very big or nothing, but I'm just going to go do this easier stuff first and hit that stuff last on the way back toward the house. But anyway, that's what's happening. Ain't nothing really to show or update on. That's all that's going on. But anyway, I'll try and make a little bit more video here after a while. See y'all later. Okay, so that's 4 down. The way I'm running this route, it's not very good for my route density. I'm doing 2 in town. I'm going to go just outside of town and do 1, circle back down into town, do 2, go back through town to go to the other town. The reason being, the one I'm going to after this next one that's outside of town, the way I'll be facing, it's going to be too hard to turn around with this big trailer, and I'll have to either come down through the back roads into town or take the back roads over onto the other main highway to go to town. And I just really don't want to take those back roads with this big trailer. They're really narrow. So I'm trying to circle around and down and through and everything in order to get back into town so I can stay on the main roads to get to the other town. So it'd be a little easier driving that way, even though it does take longer. It's more driving, but it's easier. But anyway, about to head to the next one. This is the one that we've done the cleanup on. We cleaned the property up, mowed. It's overgrown, not terrible, but it's still overgrown. And hauled junk out of it. It's like 2 truckloads and a trailer full of junk. But anyway, that'll be number 5. Not making great time, but it is what it is. I just hope I can finish everything today. I doubt I'll be able to. I'm already getting tired and everything, but anyway, I'll see y'all in a bit. See right here, this is the reason why I'm backtracking through these overroads to come back into the middle of town to mow a couple yards instead of doing them and then taking back roads to the other highway to go to the other town. Hopefully I won't meet anybody before I get to this intersection up here. This road is real narrow, and this is the most curvy part of it since I've been recording. Would not want to meet anybody on this road. And pretty much all the rest of it is just as bad. So I'd have farther to go fooling with this narrow road. Like I say, from here on to the middle of town is not bad. The two I have left, one I weed eat every other time, so I'm going to go there to mow, and that's it. And then the other one is mowing and weed eating, but it's a small yard, so it's not too bad. I kind of feel like either this trailer pushes this truck more than I expected, or the brakes on the trailer aren't working as good as they ought to be. I've got the gain up to like 6.5 on the trailer, and I still have to get on the brakes pretty hard sometimes to get stopped. But as far as the scag goes, I don't think I've made a video since I got it, really, talking about how bad it was cutting. I got it cutting a hell of a lot better than what it was, but I still don't think it's as good as it ought to be, really. Of course, though, I mow weekly and bi-weekly yards, and I've got it to where it does pretty good on the 7 to 10 day yards. The only reason I say 10 days because today I've actually cut some that were just cut 10 days ago, because this is the weekend they were due. Last weekend is when I had mower issues and whatnot, so I got delayed because of that. But 7 to 10 day yards, it does pretty good. I still think it could do better, like I said, but if I ain't mistaken, there right there, believe it or not, I'm about positive that's a local lawn care guy's enclosed trailer. Just took a cattle trailer and welded up the holes in it. Thought that was pretty awesome. I don't think he mows much, if at all, anymore. He was a gym coach at the middle school in this town, even back when it used to be the high school. I think he retired like right before I started going to that school or something there. But he mowed yards on the side and whatnot, and he had to retire due to health reasons, and he run the diesel John Deere tractor mowers. And run right out in front of somebody. But I'm actually about to come to another yard right here. I don't know if I'm going to go up to the other one. I know it sounds stupid to drive right by one, but my back is real tense and bothering me quite a bit. So I'm going to go up and do this other one so I can let it relax a little bit more before I tackle that one. One thing's for sure, I'm not making any money this year. And it's not just because I had to buy a trailer and a mower, but just labor and fuel is killing me. But like I say, I got the scag doing better, and on the last yard it didn't seem to bother my back too awful bad. I still don't much like the seat, and I'll have to just use it more and see how I do, like, you know, from right off the rip first thing in the morning or whatever, and just see how I do. But I'm not a fan. I'm still not a fan of it. It's not won over me yet, that's for sure. So, but anyway, get up here and get parked. I park in the middle of the road and I ain't got no choice. I can't park in the driveway with, well, I ain't been parking in the driveway even with this truck pulling my red trailer, because it's more difficult to back up than it was with my little Chevy. And there's no way in hell I'm going to try and park there with this being closed. So just right across this road, right over there, is where I'm going to park at. I can't hardly mow these banks really anyway, so I try to hold over as much as I can. And of course, I've had people come up through here, me parked here, but whatever. I ain't got no choice. I do what I have to do. But I don't know if I'm gonna finish this day out or not. I hope I do, so I don't have to drive more again in a day or two. But anyway, I'm gonna get to work. Well, I done 8 yards in 7 hours, so that's pretty good, and I'm calling it a day. I'm to the point where I can't really weed eat more than like 5 minutes or so, and I have to take a break because my back gets so tense. And when I get to that point, I might as well just call it quits, because ain't getting nothing done, you know, having to take a break every 5 minutes. Some may say, oh, you know, work harder, work harder. Well, I agree. I feel like I could keep going. I'd like to keep going and finish this for today, but my back just ain't gonna let me do it. I've tried it before, and I end up, you know, more wore out, having to take so many breaks and everything. And I know, you know, if I was full-time or had more customers, I wouldn't have this luxury. Some people probably would look at it like that, but I don't know. And if I was full-time, I'd probably have a lot easier yards, honestly. But I'm happy with what I got done. Hated to have to run back to the house again, but this kind of works out better. I'll spend out just a tad more in gas by quitting for today and then going tomorrow and mowing, but I'm going to save on labor for sure, because I didn't use anybody today, and I'm definitely not going to tomorrow. I've only got 5 more to do, so 5 and 8 is what, 13. I had 13 for today, this weekend, so it's about time. It's been a while since I've done a solo day, so I need to save as much money as I can. But hopefully you can hear me all right. I got the air conditioning going, but anyway, little solo vlog, not a very good one, but it's something anyway. The scag, it's doing a lot better, and I've been paying attention the last couple yards. The seat, I guess, where I finally warmed up and limbered up some, the seat's not terrible. The first half of the day it wasn't very comfortable, but it's, I don't know, the scag may have a chance. It may not end up being traded in just yet anyway, but I think what'll make a huge difference is getting those lap bar extensions so that I can lift the deck whenever I need to. But I still don't much like that automatic deck deal, because there's times I raise the deck all the way, and the deck don't come up on this thing very much before it does catch. So I can see that getting very annoying. But at least with the extensions, I can run the mower one-handed if need be, and keep one hand on the deck release lever. So that won't be too awful bad. But they should be in tomorrow sometime. I'll probably be out mowing when they show up. My new trimmer racks are supposed to be here too. I just got the cheap ones. They're just like the ones on my open trailer, but they come with some brackets to where you can mount them on a wall. But the studs in this trailer are metal, and I'm not really sure if they run parallel or up and down. So I gotta find that out. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll get to this weekend or not. I doubt it, but hopefully sometime in the very near future I can get the inside painted and get all my racks put up. But I got sometime probably this weekend, I got to get a break-in service done to the zero turn as well. I need to scrape the deck, change or sharpen the blades again, and break in oil change and check the hydraulic oil, and probably hit a thing or two with a little bit more grease. And I definitely need to wash it. It's damnation. If you were to look at it right now, you'd probably think it had 100 hours on it or more. It's dirty as can be. My Deere was the same way. It was pitifully dirty when I took it to the shop. Still ain't ever heard nothing from them. I don't know when I may try. I'll probably just, well, they said it'd be the week of the 31st before they could even look at it. So, I mean, they might as well say the first of next month at that point. So, I ain't even gonna bother probably calling them until I'll just let them call me, I guess. I've got something to work with until then anyway. But I think lowering the deck wheels on the scag made a big difference. I don't think it's digging nearly as much on uneven yards, which my yards, about all of them are rougher than hell. But like I say, it's not exactly growing on me yet, but it's getting more and more of a chance to. Getting that deck pitched right and getting it to where you cut made a huge difference, because I was so upset with that thing. I mean, words can't even describe how mad I was at how shitty it cut. I was literally triple cutting weekly yards just to get a clean cut, and not even cleaning the clippings to get a clean, smooth cut. And most of the time it still wouldn't even be clean. That's how bad that thing cut. And the adjustment I made to it was so minor. I mean, I didn't really have to hardly do anything to it. But I've got it pitched 1/4 inch front to back. So I don't know if there's anything much can be done to it to make it any better than what it is, because I mow, my yards may go anywhere from like 5 days to up closer to 20 days because of my work schedule and rain and just general shit that happens. So I try to keep them around like 7 every 5 to 8 days, and then there's a Patriot. I try to keep them from every 5 to 7 days or 5 to 8 days, and then every 13 to 16 days, because of how my work schedule is, my full-time job schedule. But I make it work. My customers work with me. I let everybody know that I've told I was going to be there today, that I'm in this other town. I let everybody know it'll be tomorrow, and everybody's good with it. That's a good thing. I've got customers that'll work with me, and I work with them. A number of them, I don't invoice until like every so many cuts, because I know they have the money, you know, whenever, you know, when it comes. So and then a few are on fixed income. They may not have the cash at that time, but around the first of the month, you know, the first of the month, whenever they get their check or whatever, they have the money and they'll pay me. So it is on the money thing is honestly just a little bit more stressful this year, considering how expensive everything is and how much I had to spend in order to be able to work, but and do my back and everything else. But it is what it is. There's right there's the yard. I need to call her before she calls me after I'm done finished. I'm gonna call her and see if she wants me to trim this weekend or not. But anyway, don't know if y'all caught them or not. That's the yard I mowed earlier today. Got the stripes going on in it. They're not better stripes than the Deere. They're just as good. But oh, don't use chrome, they'll shatter. Alright, so Saturday morning, almost 10 o'clock. Got 3 weed eating jobs and 2 mowings. Not really looking forward to it, but that's how it was yesterday morning too. Hopefully this won't take long. I can get back, scrape the deck on the mower, and I need to get an oil filter sometime and do the break-in oil change. I don't know if I'll try and run to town and get one of them today too, or just do it tomorrow. Or I may just do it through the week while I'm already driving to town in order to go to work. Just go during work and get an oil filter. I'm taking off this coming Wednesday anyway and do my break-in oil change on that day. Been driving so damn much lately. Gas has killed me. I've spent $700 this month in gas, no more than I mow, because I'm running around all over the place. But oh, it is what it is. So I'm going to mow one first. There's not a whole awful lot of weed eating involved. It'll be a good warm-up yard, and then do one little weed eating jobs, mow the other yard. It's got a lot of weed eating involved with it, and then do another small weed eating job, and then finish with the big weed eating job on the way back. But anyway, that's the plan. I'll see you all later. Finally done for today. My back has bothered me so much today. It's been so humid, oh my god. I struggled to get 3 done. I finally got a hold of my buddy and we knocked out the last 2 weed eating jobs. Then I mowed the yard here at home. Need to weed eat sometime, but I got it mowed anyway. But probably overdone it. I'm probably going to be real sore tomorrow. Sciatic nerve and stuff's bothering me quite a bit. But I got everything done anyway. Scag cuts decent. It still don't cut as good as I think it ought to. I don't know if I want to adjust that front baffle anymore or not, but I gotta learn which yards I can cut short and which ones I can't, because I've seen somebody post on Scag Nation saying that sometimes you just have to cut shorter to get a clean cut with a Scag. And a certain somebody, Jared, said that you don't have to do that, saying Deere is the one to have to do that with. My Deere cuts cleaner at higher heights than this Scag has been. But I still gotta get that turbo baffle put on, and I don't know what I may try and do to it myself or whatever. I gotta do break-in oil changes and check everything tomorrow, scrape the deck and grease it and whole 9 yards. I've got 11.5 hours on it now. But I don't know, it may grow on me. I don't know if it will or not. At least it's doing better than what it was. Once I get my Deere back I don't know if I'll alternate between the two, or I don't want to use the used mower for the business and have the brand new one just sitting in the garage. So that's why I may end up still yet getting rid of the scag. Just get another Deere, something I know will cut good, and run it. But I don't know. But anyway, that's 2-day mowing vlog. I'm just closing out. I didn't record another day because it's just, I've been so freaking miserable all day. Not able to weed eat more than 2 or 3 minutes at a time, and having to rest my back. They're about overdone it. I'm probably going to end up real sore tomorrow. But got a lot of different little things I got to do tomorrow. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll see y'all later.